All right.
Um, I'll walk out there and be like, attention everyone. I need witnesses. I'm about to perform a transaction. I need witnesses to witness this. I will pull out the deed and I will place it on the counter and I will pull out a quill. Um, Hugo, please come out here.
Hugo comes out.
Yes, I hereby grant ownership of my storefront to Hugo. What's your last name?
Saint Germain.
Saint Germain. I, Kern, owner of this store, grant you ownership, and I will give 150 gold silver pieces each to my little smiths.
My little.
Yeah, my little smiths, and I will say to both of them, "You're fired."
You see them
As
at first they're smiling, and then when you say fired, you see their eyes just kind of, their pupils get really small, and their eyes get
I
really
mean no
big.
disrespect, you're great at your job. It's just that I technically don't own this store anymore. If you would like to be rehired and continue working here, you're going to have to talk with Hugo Saint Germain, the current new owner.
Hugo just.
They kind of look to each other, then look to Hugo, look back at each other, kind of sigh, put their tools down, and approach you and say, We'd like to continue working here.
You can continue to work here.
What's our new pay rate?
You said you only were paid 3 silver?
One gets paid, I believe I said 5, and the other one gets paid 3. Or no, 4 and 3.
What? On average, how much does the shop make?
They kind of shrug and say, he doesn't really tell us these things. We just work the forge.
Well, where's his ledger? The books.
I'm not telling anyone where any of my work things are. You own the place now. It's your job. Ha ha. As I will run out of the store like a
Okay,
madman.
always so
Inside
petty.
of the safe.
It could have been inside the safe. You guys didn't specifically search for it. You only searched for the deed.
Alright, I'm gonna look to see if there's like books on numbers and budgeting and whatnot.
All right. Make an investigation check.
Alright, investigation. 17.
17. Hold on. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you.
My internet. I thought my internet went down. Okay. So he said. So as you search, you do eventually find a small in the bundles of paper that were tossed down. You do find a small black book, and inside seems to be the amount of money they spend on materials, how much they make a day. It seems he makes about 20 gold a day on a good day, and on a down day he makes about 10. But he does seem to be making a profit, seeing as he's the only smith after you were cast out, the only smith in the area. So all business has been flooding to him.
I see. So Hugo, looking at this, would be like, who is the one that sells the items and makes? Who'd go to the smith and ask, like, who's the one that sells the items?
You mean like the
The
clerk?
clerk? Yeah, the clerk.
You do see that commingled with the crowd are two salespeople dressed in what look like uniforms, and they kind of approach and raise their hands.
I see. What are your wages?
They're one's a female, one's a male. The woman, she kind of shrugs and says, about 10 copper a week.
And copper.
$10 a week. That sucks shit.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. God, Kern's business sucks because he only makes 10 gold a week?
No, he made On a bad day, he makes 10 gold a day. On a good day, he makes about 20.
He makes 10 gold a day, and he only pays people with silver and copper.
They kind of look to each other and kind of shrug.
Oh my god. What? Hugo looks like visibly like annoyed.
This motherfucker.
Alright. So you make 10 gold a day. End of the week profits are usually about... That's about 50 gold? 60 gold maybe? Between
Yes.
50 and 60?
Between 50 and 60. It depends on how many good days and how many bad days.
Mm-hmm. And there are 4 employees.
Yes. 2 salespeople, 2 smiths.
So, each of you how often do you get paid? Every day or weekly?
Weekly.
Weekly? All right. So, weekly, your wages have now been bumped up to 5 gold a week.
You see the girl kind of like starts to get tears in her eyes, and she just comes up and hugs you. And the guy just kind of crosses his arms and smiles. The 2 smiths turn to each other and high five. And Octavian, you said you ran out of the building?
I ran out of the building, yes.
Where do you go?
Oh god. Which means the store will still continue to gain profit of about 30 gold.
They just continue thanking you, and you know they're just taken aback by this generosity. And you can see some of the people in the crowd are kind of just nodding their heads like, that's a nice thing to do. And you get the feeling that maybe Kern may have been the only business left, but people don't like him.
Yes.
So,
what else is
increased
there
that.
to do to make sure that this shop is now Hugo's?
Well, the one clerk kind of says, well, you signed the proper paperwork. It's your business now. You own it.
Hmm. Very well. I'm going to need someone to manage this.
The one male clerk kind of says, well, I was managing it in Kern's absence.
All right. You will continue to manage it with an additional gold piece.
He smiles and says, thank you. I'll make sure it runs smoothly.
Very good.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta heat up some food.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. A hot pocket. Octavian will be in the street yelling at people, still as Kern. Don't you know who I am? I'm rich! I have so much money! Look at these knees! These are some premium kneecaps. Only the finest gold can pay for these things. I'm rich!
As you do this, you see a couple of guards kind of look to each other, look to you, and begin to approach you. And they say,
Hello, sir.
Kern, are you okay? You seem to be in distress.
I'm perfectly fine. I don't think about anything.
We know you had a pretty bad
Don't you know
fall
who I
last.
am?
Yeah.
Don't you know who I am?
They kind of like throw themselves back. One of them reaches for his sword, and
I'm
all.
gonna kneel down and start. What kind of ground is it? Is it like a dirt ground?
It's a
Is it
stone path.
cobblestone?
It's cobblestone.
Probably stone.
All right, I'm gonna start like rubbing my hands on the ground, start like licking my hands. I'm rich. I'm so rich.
One of the guards, you hear under his breath say, "He must have taken some head damage in that fall."
My kneecaps are lead. They said it was unhealthy, but I feel perfectly fine.
You know, are you?
They say, Kern, maybe we should take you back to the hospital.
You should take me back to the hospital.
Two of the guards come on either side of you and kind of lift you up and start carrying you off.
You're very good people. Very good people. Carry.
It takes maybe 10 minutes of walking before you eventually come to a large brick building with a sign up front that says hospital.
If we pass anyone on the way while they're carrying me, I will scream at them, "I'm rich!" And, yeah.
You see women and children kind of recoil. Men kind of like throw themselves in front like, what's going on? This crazy man is yelling at my family.
Rat! Oh, also, I didn't use Minor Illusion. I used Disguise Self because that's the spell, not Minor Illusion.
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, are we at the hospital?
You eventually arrive at the hospital.
Thank you, I'll check myself in. You men are so nice. Here, have some gold, and I'll give them each a gold coin.
They almost insist that they should come inside with you until you bribe them with the gold. And they basically say, just take care of yourself, Kern.
I will. Thank you so much. Oh man, these knees are mine. Thanks for carrying me here. Didn't think I'd be able to walk here myself. All right, bye. I'll walk up to the receptionist. Hello, yes. I'm here to see my twin brother.
Make a deception check.
Oh my god.
That is a 26.
All right. So the attendant kind of looks you up and down, shakes her head, and says, "You're here with that annoying little bastard Kern, aren't you?"
I heard he broke his knees.
He broke a lot of things falling down the stairs. He's here. I'll take you to him. And she kinda,
Yes. If you need to write down who I am, I'm Dern, his twin brother. Yes. Dern. We could only afford so many syllables, and you know.
She kind of shakes her head and then says, "Just follow me."
All right.
She then leads you through the hospital, up a flight of stairs, until you're on the 3rd floor. And she eventually leads you to a room which is closed. She says, "He's in there.
All right.
Just
Thank
keep
you,
it
ma'am.
down."
All right. Have a nice evening. I won't be long. I just need to check up on him, make sure he's okay. I'll open the door and walk inside.
All right. You see Kern half asleep on the bed. His head is all bandaged up. His legs are in cast. And he's just laying there in this, looks like half asleep pain.
Is anyone else in the room?
It is seemingly empty.
All right. I will drop Disguise Self. I will take off my clothes so that I'm just a skeleton.
Oh
Oh
my
god, no. Why are you torturing
And I'm going
this man?
And I'm going to sit next to his bed side.
All right.
And I'm going to slowly, telepathically begin to talk to him to try to wake him up.
All right. It takes you maybe 10 seconds of just invading his mind until his eyes open and like he looks around the room, and then when he locks onto you, he like looks away for a second, then does a slow double take as he just kind of stares at you, just mouth agape.
Hi, Kurt. You.
Oh god.
Hi,
Why?
Kurt. I have to inform you of some very interesting things that are going on lately. You're a very busy man. People think that your knees are healed when they find out that that wasn't necessarily the case. Now, Kurt, I'm going to tell you some things and you're going to listen. Your business, your little shop, no longer belongs to you. I have given it over to Hugo. We found your deed, and we have given him back what you have taken from him. You will not tell anyone this. You will not inform anyone that there was an imposter. You will live the rest of your life as a madman, because I have done some quite a good jobs sowing the seeds among this town, at least the local area, that you're not all right in the head. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Kern?
Make an intimidation check.
Oh my god.
That is an 18.
All right. He just slowly nods and he slowly closes his mouth. You see water building up in the corner of his eyes as he's just staring at you wide-eyed.
Crime doesn't pay, Kern. Crime doesn't pay one bit.
He just keeps staring. and you see his mouth sometimes tries to open to say something, but he's just flabbergasted.
Just listen. Hugo owns your shop now. It's been given over to him. He's currently in possession of the deed. Also, I was informed that you don't pay your employees very well, so maybe this is for the best.